Hey y'all, it's Stephen Van Kampen-Lewis, and today I was hoping to show you a really cool Catasetum, but some of the flowers aren't open, so it's going to have to be next week for that one. But instead, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a blooming Cattleya Blossfeldiana, which is a primary hybrid between Cattleya rex and Cattleya luteola. So of course, Catleya luteola is a very small, not this small, but it's a very small plant. Cattleya rex is a standard size plant, and this plant has really taken more after the luteola size. So it's really cool. Beautiful flowers. It's like a mini rex. It's just super cool. So I'm gonna turn the camera around in a sec and talk about that, or show you that. But before I do, I want to say I just got back from CVS where I got my my typhoid shot vaccine, as well as my malaria pills. So I will be in Brazil later this month, hunting around the ultra rural backwoods, middle of nowhere, near Brasilia, with a couple friends of mine who live in Houston, as well as Francisco Miranda, looking for Cattleya nobilior habitat. Not only habitat, but the blooming plants themselves. This is the time of the year when they're starting to bloom, and by the time I get down there, the bloom season should be in full swing. So I'm really excited, as you can imagine, about that. What we'll do is we'll fly into Brasilia, in sort of in the middle of the country, and that's the capital, and then we will drive just kind of out in the middle of nowhere, southeast roughly, and look for Cattleya nobilior for a couple days, and then drive over to Diamantina and find some rupiculous Laelias. So it's sort of the peak of the dry season there. So for the Cattleya nobilior, it's going to be, you're going to look across this like moonscape of defoliated, dead, asleep leaves in this very, very dry habitat, and looking for pink flowers up in the trees, and that of course will be the nobilior. We're going to bring Francisco's going to bring a drone as well, and that drone will help us scan the area for flowers much more quickly, and of course across a wider area. And then we'll do that for a couple days. I mean, you can only do that for so long before it kind of gets boring. So that, like I said, we'll drive over to Diamantina, where a lot of the rupiculous Laelias are, and we're gonna poke around there and see what we can find, blooming or not. And it should be a little less dry over there in Diamantina, a little wetter, but it's still the dry season. So, but anyway, enough blathering about that. Let's take a look at this blooming Cattleya Blossfeldiana. All right, there it is. That's a blooming size Cattleya Blossfeldiana. I'm putting my hand in the background so you can see that this is like a 3-inch pot, I believe. Very small, growing in spag. I grow it inside my orchid cabinet inside, so it gets fairly constant temperatures. 85 during the day and then 72 at night, which is what I keep my house at. Well, I don't keep my house at 85 during the day. The lights warm it up a little bit. But and those are the kind of conditions that both of the species are going to like. Cattleya luteola really enjoys a little bit of extra water. It's from the Amazon. It likes hot temperatures. And like I said earlier, it's a small plant, and this little flower looks a lot like just a mini rex, and you can see how intense the colors there in the throat are. And I don't know if you can see it at all, but you have the sparkles on the petals and sepals there, and both of these little flowers are super nice. This is a plant that I accidentally cut in the wrong place, so I ended up cutting off a new division with only one back bulb. I simply I thought that the new bulb and the connection, that the rest of the plant was in a different spot. And I sent it over to my friend Paula, who you may know as Hillbilly Orchids. She's over there in West Virginia. And so she's got the other half of this, and hopefully it blooms for her soon. But you can see that that yellow stripe there on the lateral sepal on the right of the flower that you can see there, it's pretty cool. I hadn't noticed that before, actually. A little bit of some color at the tip of the dorsal sepal as well. And then, like I said, that lip is just super bright, super intense. A couple different colors converging there. You can see that the bright yellow in the throat and that sort of magenta near the tip are combining in the middle of the throat, along with those stripes. Just a really great looking flower. And this is one that apparently, I gotta get this fly away. Apparently this was judged at one point. It was given a CBR, and then that was stripped for some reason back in 2021. But I got this from Mick Fournier as a division. But anyway, I figured y'all would enjoy that. I'll have another video that I post of that catasetum next week. That's going to be really cool, and then I'll be off to Brazil. So you won't hear from me probably for a couple weeks at least. But I'll have lots of Brazil videos when I get back. So I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.